Welcome back, everybody, to Grand Tactician, the Civil War. I'm Grumpy Grandpa Gaming, and this is episode 30 of our Confederate Spring of 62 campaign in version 1.11 using the A.O.M mod. Now, in the last episode, I just saw we actually made it through to December 1st, but picked up a battle on the same day, and this will actually be the 8th Battle of Louisville. So we are facing off against Major General Cox, who's in the command of, what's the name of this unit? Just says 1st Corps. I'm not sure which army it is from at the moment. So, my initial plans for right now is we do have to attack once again. They are holding Mason Hill Road up here by the McDaniel farmhouse. So I'm going to I want to approach using Mason Hill Road itself, coming over Mason Hill, so I don't have to fight through this terrain here. But I'm not overly sure on where the Federals are going to be. They do like to deploy forward on this map, generally, like down here in Copperton. So I'm sending a cav brigade up this way, a cav brigade out this way to try and spot out the Federals before I begin moving. So at 3:30 in the morning, so we got plenty of hours in the day to spot them before I get my troops on the road. So I'm going to get everybody on the move, and I will be back. Alright, it's 4:40 in the morning, and we have finally spotted the Federal defensive lines, and they're actually parked with breastworks entrenchments on my planned line of approach. So we're not going to be going that way. We're actually going to be going through Copperton now. So I'm going to get my corps moving along this road instead of Mason Hill Road. It looks like they built the entrenchments but are not in them, which is a little odd. I can see skirmishers in the one set. I'm starting to get a better view now that this brigade's coming forward. And the sun's coming up. So it looks like I will be attacking through the woods over in this direction. So I'm going to get my corps on the move, and I'll be back once the fighting starts. So it's 12:18 on day one. Finally have my divisions in place for a push. I had a little bit of an artillery duel going on here, though we're not getting the better of it, as we still only have 6-pounders in the one battery for this corps. The Federals are pushing one brigade forward. A little suicidal. They're trying to figure out my positioning, though they should have everybody in sight at this point. So my plan for right now is to send Cable's division between the swamps here and around the backside of McDaniel farm and line up on the fence here and see if we can't force the Federals to turn out of position to attack him, so I can launch an attack with H.R. Jackson and S.D. Lee's 2 divisions on their flank and rear. So I'm letting these guys rest a little bit as these brigades were disrupted. His cohesion's failing. So I gotta wait for the cohesion on these 2 brigades to come back up just a little bit more before I send them marching off again. So I'll probably have them wait till about 1300, and then we'll start moving forward with the attack plan. So I'll be back. Alright, it's 1400. And we are in position behind the Federals, and we have seized the Mason Hill Road objective point. And I've started pushing the rest of my divisions forward to begin an encirclement, or at least build a horseshoe around the Federal forces. They still don't seem to be reacting too much. Even the artillery hasn't turned to fire at this division, which is a little odd. But I think it's still trying to target my artillery, which I did remove to the rear as they were starting to take casualties. And it is the only battery that I have for this army. It looks like at least one brigade's reacting now. So once Lee's division is in place, I will begin pushing forward with the attack. I don't have to attack them right now. I can wait for them to come to me, but it doesn't look like they want to. So their morale is better than ours. They have 56.9 to our 52.3. And we've both taken over 100 casualties so far with this little exchange down here and the counter battery fire between our guns. So we do need to drive that up fast. They really don't want us dragging to a day 2 fight. Let's bring the guns forward again. See if we can't make these boys react to us. So I'll be back. Alright, it's 1500 and we have begun our attack. I've given all of my divisions advance orders. Problem is we are slightly outranged by them as we still have very inferior weapons in this corps except for Reynolds' brigade, which has Sharps rifles. Everybody else is basically smoothbore muskets, and 2 brigades with one brigade that does have Augustin's, one brigade that does have Enfield's, and a brigade with 42 smoothbore muskets. So not very well armed, but we are going to do what we can to push these boys out. They're still not really reacting. They're not leaving the entrenchments up here. So I'm doing what I can to... Why are you turning your flank to that brigade? I'm hoping Reynolds can carry most of the fighting on this one, but I don't think that's going to be happening. There we go, force them back. Why are you boys still back here? Thankfully, their artillery still seems to be focused on mine, so they are drawing fire, keeping their artillery from firing at my soldiers. I don't know what this brigade is doing, but let them keep making that mistake. Oh, and I do have a brigade with Derringers. Okay. Push that brigade off. Very good. Keep pushing into the woods. Break them one at a time, and we will win this. This brigade in position to push this artillery out of the way. These guys are just keeping themselves turned to us without firing. There we go. They're just racking up the casualties. Ignore the retreating unit. Taking fire from 3 brigades. There they go. Come deeper into the woods, boys. So, Cox does not seem to want to react to me at all. Now he's starting to move troops. Pushing that artillery. Let's get them cleared out. One of the few battles I actually get all my brigades firing at the same time. that brigade charging? Really? Or are they trying to march through me? Or I have no idea what the hell they're doing. That was just odd. Pull this back at long range. See them off, Mormons. See them off. To win this fight. You're not having to work too hard for this victory either. Daniels is not doing so hot. I don't understand why. Having 178 casualties out of over 2,000 men, he should not be getting ready to break. If anybody's wondering what today's battle brew is, there was not one. Kind of recovering from last night where I tended to go away party and overindulged a little bit. There you go. They're starting to pull off. Yep, this is our victory. There they go. Let's see if we can plus up the casualties just a little bit more here. Stay on them. Don't let them get away. Casualties we caused so far 11%, so we're not going to get to that 21. And if you're wondering why I don't have my cavalry going in, it's because I have it all kind of back here and out of the way. So, for some reason their stability was not very high in the cavalry division. I think that's all the extra casualties we're going to get here, so let's speed this along. Alright. That victory was easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought that was going to be a tougher nut to crack. And took the objective, the AI didn't react. So, got to look at Cox's stats. It can't be very good if that was what happened. So, we lost 694 of our 17,202 infantry, none of our cavalry, one of our guns, for a total loss of 720 of our 19,617 men. We took down 2,400 of our infantry, got 5 of their 20 guns, for a total loss of, they did lose artillery, so I don't know why this number doesn't plus up down here. Took down 2,400 or 19,000 men, which is not bad. Okay, don't tell me this is... There we go. Let's save this real quick. That is a visual glitch right there. So, I'm going to pause this here, reload this, and see if we can't get this visual glitch gone. I'll be back. Alrighty, I got that to go away actually just by hitting the menu button again, and just disappeared on us. Alright, let's take a look at the combat report. Stewart's division didn't fight. Lee's division, 1st Tennessee. I renamed some of the brigades that the names weren't changing in. So I renamed, can't remember what the name of the brigade was now, but I just renamed it to 1st Tennessee. Is 167 to infantry. Rains Brigade did 143 to infantry, and my grunts did 322 to infantry. Division total is 632. Cable's division Really can't see what brigade that is still, but that's 228th Infantry. Took 7 prisoners. That's the brigade that got charged. Total of 235. The 13th Mormons did 189 to infantry. And Sloan's brigade did 218 to infantry, 44 to artillery, for total 262. Division total 686. Jackson's division. Reynolds brigade did 355 to infantry, plus 356 to quote a command staffer. Ledbetter's brigade did 346 to infantry. Stevenson's brigade did 297 to infantry. And Smith's artillery did 69 to infantry, which I'm a little surprised about, as they are a fully leveled close support battery, and one brigade was right in front of them to take some volleys of canisters. So I think that number should have been higher. And they did 2 to artillery for total of 71. Division total of 1,070. Let's see if we got any of these commanders. Doesn't look like it. No, all their commanders made it away unscathed. That's a first. Alright, let's get closed out of here. Alright, like I said, so it's a little surprised by the lack of reaction. I meant to take a look at Cox's stats. I totally forgot. So the lack of reaction was very surprising, and when they did react, it was very piecemeal. So as I said, I don't think Cox's stats were very good. Their morale was high enough to fight us and probably beat us, but they chose not to engage. So that was the AI's blunder right there. If they'd moved to the edge of the woods and when I was coming in for my attack and caught me in the open, that would have been a very, very bloody affair for us. But they chose not to. Oh, and in other news, one of my buddies follows J76NY. And he told me, he gave me a shout out on his community post with a nice little compliment saying I actually have a voice that's, I forget the exact quote, but he said basically a voice made for narrating Civil War games. J76NY, if you're watching this, thank you for the compliment. Though I'll be honest, this is just the voice of a man who has been smoking for way too many years and is too stubborn and stupid to stop. But thanks for the compliment. Alright, the Battle of 8th Louisville has ended with, doesn't say which corps this army was from, it just says 1st Corps. So, the Army's reported suffered total casualties of 2,473 men. There are 362 killed, 511 captured. Our casualties total 720 men, with 130 killed, 82 missing, and the rest are wounded. We've captured 971 rifles and 3 guns from the battlefield, and sent 493 soldiers off to our prison camps. Alright. So we're not going to roll this one off just yet, as it is December 1st, so we are going to go over the monthlies. And this bug drives me up a wall over here when he does this stuff. So the reports are not going to match. There's even one up here. And that's not from last month, because I already cleared all that out. Those posted for 7th Louisville. I gotta figure out which set of these is correct and which is incorrect. But officer lost reporter, what do we got here? Yeah, Mexican Greg, okay. Take a look here. No, that is definitely not the right report. We are not AAA. There we go. Alright, current rating of our nation is BBB, which is good. We did not cut any more bonds, which really surprises me. I thought we would have cut some more by now, but we have not. Current economy cycle is contraction. The wealth of the population is low and increasing. It says so we brought in 496 million. It never has this line correct. It says our tax revenues increased by 496 million, but that's what we brought in altogether. When it says we lost it, it generally gives you the correct number. Total export volume last month was 374 out, with 739 million coming in. And average core production over the last 3 months was 331 million, a change of negative 13. And we're still lacking all the same stuff: food, locomotives, iron. As I said, it's a fool's errand to try and catch up on that stuff. Looking at finances, We're still spending more than we are bringing in. But not by a large margin. I'm still surprised we are not cutting additional bonds. It's really surprising to me. But, Army upkeep, we do have to try and get this down a little bit more. So 345 million now, and that's going to balloon on us once the draft kicks off here in the next few days. Alright, intelligence. According to our intelligence sources, the federal government is currently discussing government funding too. They have completed military education, recruitment officers, and recruit agents. And they raised one more brigade. And they've now formed the Army of Iowa and one corps under it and started construction on 2 new ships. Alright. Says they're mostly defending, but except in Kentucky and Missouri where they keep making these horrible, horrible attacks. Looking at strategy. So national morale for them is at 58, which is really low. Their national support is still up there at 81 to our 80. Morale of their armies is at 55 to our 80. Men fielded, they have 310,312 in the field to our 242,283. They really should have more than that. They should have at least double our number, and they do not. Navy tonnage hasn't changed. And total casualties so far is 124,490 to the Union for our 52,542. So still doing a little better than 2-to-1 on overall casualty exchanges. And Bill Nelson is still in charge. I'm a little surprised. It seems like they were changing commanders more than once a month at some point. Alright, taking a look at policies. And the draft, I thought the draft was going to be done. Nope. It's not going to be done until mid-November. I thought it was going to be, I did forget. Why is bounties running? I did not click on that. Yes, cancel. I did not click on that. 21 days. There we go. That's probably why this is extended, because this should have been finishing up already. Now it's going to be the end of the month. I don't know why bounties was on. I don't remember clicking on that. But as soon as Conscription Act is done, we have opened up the Revenue Act. And that's going to take 152 days. Probably less once this is finished. But it's still going to take a long time to get that one done. So we're going to hit that immediately so we can start making some more money. Come over here to projects. What do we got available? All right, we've got our next level send to invoice. We'll do that. That brings us up to 25% on the intervention. And what else do we want? Let's take the propaganda, because that should help us up in Maine. Maybe we can start drawing recruits out of there. The only recruits we've taken out of there so far are the soldiers to man the fortifications. And we don't need any of this. So I guess we'll take another level of infrastructure reform. So another level of logistics reform would be nice, but that's going to be a very expensive project to take another level, but we're going to need it once the draft kicks off. We need another level of weapons production. I think that covers everything, so I'm going to go through our weapons, see if we've produced any more, captured enough to try and arm up more of our soldiers. And I'm going to keep this episode rolling along, because it didn't feel like that battle took too long. And some of the episodes have been fairly short lately, so we'll just keep this one rolling along, see how far into December we can get before the Union does something stupid again. So, I'm back. So, we only made it as far as December 3rd before the Union decided to do something stupid again. And they are coming back at us at St. Louis. Though it does appear they're trying to march past this to take over the St. Louis Armory they just got within our combat radius. So it's the 1st Corps Army of the West under command of Charles Stone. Once again going up against our Corps of the West, part of the Army to Transmiss. So obviously we're going to take this fight. They're bringing 25,527 infantry, no cavalry, no guns, to our 14,987 infantry, 4,600 cavalry, and 87 guns. So it's going to be a weird but interesting fight. Most of these armies, the federal armies, don't seem to have any artillery anymore, as we've captured or destroyed most of it, and they are just not replacing it. So I'll see you guys on the other side of the load screen. Welcome to the 7th Battle of St. Louis. So St. Louis and Louisville are very close in competition to each other, with the most fought over towns so far, as they are now starting to leave Bangor behind in the dust. So once again, we're on the Copperton map. We're playing this map way too often. And we were defending Hoedown bridges over here. But the Federals are coming in up here at Apostle Hill, and they only have this one approach route to use. So they can't cross the river up here anywhere. And once they come over here, they can only cross here, and this blocks everything off. So, as you can see, I'm set up right outside of Copperton here. Not fully set up, but as soon as we hit play, I'll be able to get everybody in position. So I am defending with Barksdale's division on the right, Walker's division on the left, and I'm leaving Price in reserve. Along with the cavalry in reserve. I'm not envisioning actually having to use them at all. So, this should be a pretty straightforward fight. Their morale's already low. We're showing a minor victory off the start. They only have 36.9 points of morale to our 40.9. So, I'm kind of thinking our artillery division might just break their brigades before they even close to combat, but we'll see. Should play here. Oh, we don't see him immediately, so I'll be back once the Federals begin approaching. Alright, it's 8:37 in the morning, and the Federals are approaching our defense line. And it looks like we're starting to have, our artillery is already having an effect on their brigades, as they been coming under fire as soon as they leave the woods here. So I just noticed I did leave a small gap here next to the Fort Pulaski garrison, so I'm filling that in with 3rd Brigade of Price's division. Looks like I might just push forward Walker's division. It looks like they're going to come straight down the road into this fire pit right here. So I'm going to start doing that. I doubt they're going to make an attempt at the stream here, but moving these guys forward into a position where I can push them into their flank will be useful to us. Oh, here they come off the road there, so they might be coming this way at the stream. There goes that brigade. Yeah, this is not going to take very long, I don't think. These guys are under fire from all of my batteries right now. Zala's, why are you guys unstable? I'll go rally those boys. But the Gonzales rebels have taken a beating at several battles so far. They're down to, well, they're back up to 128 men, but they're still down to 9 guns. They're probably not too right in the head right now. These boys are going to try and come through the swamp. Let them. Though it is frozen right now. 3rd Brigade's on the way. They'll be able to take care of that. And it looks like they're sitting out of range of the Pulaski garrison. That's not good. How are you boys doing? Alright, 3rd, make a beeline for that brigade. It looks like they got more trying to come across the swamp. Yeah, that ground's frozen, so they're able to cross it fairly easily. not coming down this way. Let's push forward Frost Brigade. Dory's right next to them. And Towers, commander of the Pulaski Garrison, is now wounded. There they go. Let's bring over another Price's brigades. Should have started moving it already when I saw that. Beeline for that brigade. Try and end this as quickly as possible. Yeah, it's already there. Huh? Push out and hit them. County getting into the fray now. Looks like I'll be pushing right into the flanks of these units once this brigade's out of the way. A little more worried about what's coming out here. Care of that brigade coming up on the flank there. These guys have got to be in a bad way. They're taking fire from 3 separate brigades. Back, don't need to fall in after them. Ooh, that's a lot of troops out there. Why can't... it's too far away from this division commander to get the fallback orders. Right, stay on that brigade. Break them. Their brigade just broke. This last brigade. You know, when I was looking at the map and planning this, I totally forgot that the swamps freeze during the winter. That is my fault entirely. I just totally forgot about it. battle's almost over. They just did not have the morale for this attack. But I think, as I said at the start, I think this was an accidental fight as they were trying to get to the Louisville Armory. Louisville St. Louis Armory. Yeah. And there they go. So plus up these casualties a little bit. I should have my cavalry division set up for pursuit. I think they're just too far away at this point. Keep killing them, boys. Keep killing them. Let them know St. Louis is ours and not theirs. You're not firing. I don't think catching any more of these boys. That brigade, let's get some more casualties out of this one. Oh, we're out of time though. Maybe getting one more volley in there if they push. There we go. Not too exciting of a battle, sorry to say. Not too exciting. But we did manage to take down 1,600 of their men. That's a nice little reduction on their force. Brings them down to, not low enough, honestly. Would have been nice if we caught more of their men in the end there. I would have if I'd actually had the cavalry division in position to pursue, which I planned on doing. I just forgot to do it. Took down 1,600 of their men for a loss of 405 of ours, so... It's 4-to-1 odds on the casualties. Not too bad. Could have been better. Not too bad. Let's take a look at the paperwork. Our engineers didn't fight. Cavalry didn't fight. Walker's division. Cazador Espinal did 158 to infantry. McLennan County Rifles did 186 to infantry. Yell County Rifles did 186 to infantry. And McLennan County Artillery did 69. A total of 599 for the division. Price's division. 3rd Brigade didn't fight. 2nd Brigade didn't fight. 3rd Brigade did 105. 1st Brigade did 31. And the Gonzales Rebels did 80, plus up to 82. So we caught some command staff there. Barksdale's division. 1st Brigade did 82. Pfeiffer's Brigade did 209. Fort Pulaski Garrison did 79. And the 1st Texas Field Battery Light did 92, plus up to 93. So they caught some command staff also. Division total of 463. Jones's division, which is the artillery. Missouri batteries did 37. Tennessee batteries did 55. Slaybacks did 65, plus up to 67. Arkansas did 110, not bad. And Sweat's Battalion did 9. Wow, that's pretty bad. Division total 278. Let's see if we got any of their officers. Doesn't look like it. Nope, another battle where their officers came away unscathed, but that's for the better. I mean, they're going to get better. They're going to get better stats from surviving, but their stats are going to stay pretty low as long as they keep losing. Let's get closed out of here. Like I said, sadly, that was a pretty boring fight. Kind of knew it was going to be because it's straight up infantry and nobody else. Looks like they were trying to set up for an attack, but it started out piecemeal instead of being fully formed, which did allow us to rip it apart pretty easily. But their morale was low also, but so was ours. We didn't have very high morale either. Both of us were below 50. Actually, both of us were below 40 morale at one point. So, it is what it is. Alright, victory at 7th St. Louis. 1st Corps Army of the West is retreating in panic. They reportedly suffered total casualties of 1,615 men, thereof 374 killed and 279 captured. Our casualties total 405 men, with 55 killed and 48 missing. We captured 694 rifles and no guns from the battlefield, and sent 268 enemy soldiers off to prison camps. We got to start capturing more weapons. When I went through all the armies looking to upgrade everybody's weapons, I only had enough to upgrade one brigade. And not even a full strength brigade either. We need more weapons, and we need them badly. Let's get closed out of there and roll this one off. That one rolled off pretty fast. Alright. So I think we'll end this episode right here. So we did have 2 fights for this one. So if you're a new viewer, returning viewer, if you're not yet subscribed, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you do, remember hit that bell icon so when the next video comes out. If you'd like a brigade in one of my armies, please let me know in the comments below. Type of unit, state it's from, weapons, uniforms, officers, and I'll oblige on all counts if possible. Comments. As always, please do keep them coming. If I have not answered your comments, there's something weird going on with my feed. When I just opened it up prior to shooting the other day's video, I saw I meant to bring it up in the last video and I forgot to. There were comments that were posted 8 months ago that I never saw. So when I opened up my feed, I was seeing comments from between 3 and 8 months old that were just showing up in my feed. So if I have not answered your comments, it's not that I was ignoring you. It's just that I never saw them. For some reason, they are not showing up in my feed. So I will see you all at the next episode. Stay grumpy.